Didn't win the face-off, but they recover along the goal line. Back and forth, possession traded. Gerwitz straight away, near side for Beckett. Tried to go back door, but getting in front of it was the defender. Bulldogs don't clear, though. Gerwitz looking far circle. Just out of the reach of Villard. And the Bulldogs will clear this time. 25 seconds gone in the power play. 7:25 left in the period. No icing. They say it did take a tip on the way through.
Guys, who predicted that Haley Beckett was going to get that first goal? Come on, man. Okay. All right, Marsh.
He's got to get some sort of credit.
He says, come on. It was your game. You started it. Although Todd did give you the first guess.
Okay. I deferred to the second half. Villard tried to punch it back. Bulldogs were able to just get it around Sutton. Smolinski coming in. 3 defenders in front. Lost the puck. Karunakar's got it. Dusted off a handful of times. Straightaway point. Brennan gets it to the bottom of the circle, and Smolinski's shot was deflected wide. Bulldogs will clear. 30 seconds left in the Saints' second power play of the season. 1 for 1 thus far. Karunakar edges her way towards the right-hand side. Smolinski plays it off the defender and down into the corner. Ross was poke-checked. Smolinski unable to get back to her feet in time, and the Bulldogs will clear. That'll just about do it, so the Saints' second power play not quite as effective as the first. Karunakar back in her own zone. 5:45 to go here in the first. Tap pass finds Windross. Threads the needle through to Bjornsson. Sweep check. Knocks it away over towards the near side. Bulldogs get it back into the neutral zone. 1-on-2. They'll just chip it in. Gregory going up against Emma Gerwitz. Gerwitz with a rare giveaway. Punch pass out in front. Bulldogs from the high slot and out of the far circle, and the shot ended up wide. Bjornsson tapped it around. Scoville stepped up. She's been a little bit of a thorn in the side of Maryville this evening. Hurwitz from the backhand plays it off the dashers. Toole didn't see the pressure coming. Gave it away. Puck slides gently through the top of the crease. Into the near side corner as they dig in again. Bulldogs find an open player. A glove save made from the left hash mark. They hack, they whack. It's loose along the far circle. Served back towards the goal and in behind. Fallardew just trying to press the reset button. And they will ice it.
My goodness, Hannah Tresick has been fantastic tonight so far for the Saints. She's made some 10-bell saves. And there's been a ton of action inside the blue paint, outside of the crease. She's made the stops. She's kept it a 1-0 game. And even before Maryville put one on the board, she was making huge stops right around the crease, playing big. That's what you need to do, Todd, as a goaltender. You got to play big. And she's kept her team in the lead.
And the Saints have had the majority of the offense in terms of possession in the offensive zone, but when the Bulldogs have gotten their chances, they've come in flurries as they get a long shot from the right side. And that's probably one of the easier saves that Tresick has had to make so far. .4:17 to go here in the first. Saints up 1-0 on a Haley Beckett goal.
Tresick looks very cool, very calm in the net. That seems to be the theme throughout this Maryville program, both for the women's and men's teams.
Something in the water.
Puck kicked around a couple times. Bulldogs have it. Haggart tried to send it back for Scoville. Beckett off to the races, up the near side. Recovering was Morris to poke it loose. Morris from her own goal line just swung on to center. That one wouldn't have had the mustard to go all the way anyway, but I think they were going to say the Saints had an opportunity to play it, but now the Saints come in 3-on-2. Beckett with a wrister blocker side, but it's punched away. Sutton peels away from the hit. Beckett in behind the goal. Looking for one-timer out in front. Oh, and that one went off a body and wide. Kuzminski trying to cut it off the wall. Bulldogs looking for space, but that's been a precious commodity here in the first period. Beckett takes her player to the wall, and they're going to call a penalty.
That was clean. I'll call it where I see it, but I feel like that was a hard and that was a clean play. And Haley Beckett's going to go into the sin bin for 2 minutes.
Yeah, it looked like that Beckett got a stick on the puck, and I believe her intentions were just to
play basically the body, right? I mean, not really the body, but
sort of push her into the boards. Not so much a hit by any means, but just to sort of take away that time and space. It is what it is, but Maryville has a penalty they have to kill off now.
So the Saints being outshot 9-6. Bulldogs with a chance to tie it up here on their own power play. Robinson got it cross ice. Stick handling around. They playing around the perimeter. One-timer, and that one looked like it may have gone off the skate of the goaltender. And then off the side of the net, Robinson. She was looking back door. Ricocheted back around here to the near side. Saints send it up the wall, not out yet. Jillings couldn't push it past Robinson. Finally, Gerwitz gets it all the way out. Adrian has to go the length of the ice to get it back into the offensive end. 1:05 left to go on the Beckett penalty. Somewhat reminiscent of that national championship game. Beckett getting the opening goal. Unfortunately, she did take a penalty later in that contest, and Liberty would end up tying the game on that ensuing power play.
Well, let's hope that is not the case tonight in the home opener.
Saints penalty kill's done pretty good thus far, and they are saved by a shoulder save for Tresick. They were trying to go high to the blocker. Trying to get a turnbull through the middle. Saints gather it up and send it out. 1:25 left in the period. A giveaway. Saints going to take off some more time. Here's Sutton. Almost got through 3 defenders.
Forecheck. Look at that. That's 1-on-5 right now.
Sutton, a one-woman show right now. She was taken down. No penalty to be had there. We are back to 5-on-5 with 63 seconds left in the period. Morris almost gave it away right into the skates of Sutton. Beckett comes up on the forecheck, says, I'll take that. Villard thought about taking the handle, left it for Beckett. She toe-picked momentarily. The Saints not allowing the Bulldogs to even get past the hash marks. Finally they do as they come in on the attack. Long shot, pad save made. 28 seconds left. Gerwitz gained the red line and swung it around. Saints doing a line change, trying to get out some of their speedsters here at the end of the first period.
Yeah.
Ross lost her stick. Puck comes over here to the near side. Rink-wide feed out of the reach. Fallardew will come back to it, and she's just going to tie it up, see out the rest of this first period.
Why not?
That'll do it. 20 minutes are in the books. As far as the scoreline goes, it's a solid 20 minutes of play for the Maryville Saints as they have a 1-0 lead on a Haley Beckett power play goal. Not a bad start to the season as the Saints head off to the locker room with the lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll discuss that first period and look forward to the second as well. Keep it right here. You're watching the Maryville Saints Hockey Network.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult. But to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've had nothing but great year, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the part all. You have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome to Maryville University,
Welcome to Saints Nation.
home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious. When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
Our Maryville University.
One team, one family.
time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the second period.
And welcome back to the Maryville University Hockey Center. 1-0 Saints after one period of play. Well, the shots kind of tell a different story in terms of how the game looks on paper, but in terms of how it was played, it was pretty good for Maryville. They had the lead, and it felt like they had the better of the offensive chances.
Yeah, I agree. When I looked at the scoreboard after the period ended, I was like, wait a minute. 6 shots for the Saints, 12 for the Bulldogs. That doesn't make sense. It seemed like the Saints had more opportunities, but there were a flurry of opportunities for the Bulldogs. They've been on the power play, but what a tremendous effort in net. Like, unbelievable stops, Chuck. It's incredible.
I mean, she's been playing great. One of the shots are like that because, you know, there's a little play by the net. There's a 1, 2, 3, you know, like quick shots, right? And then she's able to keep them out. But, yeah, she's had a great period.
Yeah, Hannah Tresic's been fantastic so far tonight.
Agreed.
So that's what's happened on the back end. Obviously, the defense has done a pretty good job overall. Offensively, the goal coming from the player that you would expect it to come from, their leading scorer last year and led the nation in points last year.
Yeah, and Emma Gerwitz thought she had it. You see her celebrating, looking up at the sky, and Haley's like, no, ma'am. You know? But it kind of snuck through. Haley Beckett was there, screening the goalie, gets the tip. But what a great shot by Emma. We've seen her snapshot that she does from the point all the time, but she's able to get it on. Haley Beckett gets the tip. Saints are up 1-0.
Well, you mentioned not the player, or actually the player that we did expect to score that goal, but I don't know if the goal in particular was the goal that I expected her to score.
Right.
We saw her dangle a few players, take the puck to the net, but scoring's not all pretty, right? Going to the net, screening the goaltender, getting your stick out there and redirecting a puck, that's another way to score, and she has all the tools in her tool belt to do whatever she wants out there on the ice to put the puck in the back of the net.
So looking forward, obviously 40 minutes left in regulation. Bulldogs may be hoping a little bit longer, and the scoreline stays tight the way it is. If you're the Saints, what do you need to do here in the second period to get that next goal?
Yeah, a little bit of what they've already done, right? Come out strong, strong on the stick. We've seen a couple penalties called that were like, we're not really sure if they're penalties, but stay strong on your stick. Keep playing how they're playing. I think they're going to do all right.
And they're ready to go, Todd.
It's all right, so we'll take a quick break, turn around, and get things rolling here. Second period underway. Just a few seconds in here. Saints up by 1. Power play goal from Haley Beckett at 10:06 of the opening frame. Saints have it inside their own zone. Fallardew splits through the forecheckers. Slides one a little too far out of the reach of Gillings. Gerwitz is back. Flings it up to Ross through the neutral. Saints, they're in with an odd man rush. Tough angle chance, and the save was made by Jessie Gorelli. And that is the last name. It's Riley Jessie Gorelli.
Say that 3 times fast.
Gotta love those hyphenated last names.
Sometimes it's hard to say it even once.
Wrist shot punched out by Tresic after it went off a shin pad. Kind of changed the direction. Karuna Carr sets it up behind her own cage. Nice pirouettes play around the forecheck of the Bulldogs. Gillings just hands it right over, and then the pressure coming up. Oh, and knocked away from Harris. Otherwise, she would have had a good look towards goal. Minute and 20 in. Second period as the Saints try to dig in along the wall. Braun comes around. Pushes it to Harris.
Good idea.
Jessie Gorelli is able to cover it up.
It's always difficult for goalies when a player's behind the net because there's a point in time, even if you're looking left and right behind you, there's a point in time where it's blind and you don't know which way that player is going.
And we've seen multiple times players who are pretty nifty, they'll throw that behind the back pass, same side, with a player waiting right there to put it in the back of the net.
Jesse Gorelli makes another save. Braun put a little rainbow shot just outside the circle. Tried to use the traffic in front. Adrian is going to change up their forward lines. Bulldogs get it up the zone. Young played it through the middle, was looking for Kuzminski, but Sutton says, I'm going back the other way. Peels back towards the blue line. Karunakar walks the line, takes a long shot. Oh, it was deflected in front, but just wide. Young skates it out, 2-on-2, feathers it around. Karunakar will chase it down for the Saints. Young is right on her. And then a tough angle shot came in from Hibbert. And Tresick was well positioned. Morris takes a couple swipes at it for the Bulldogs. Saints try to go out on the transition. Putnam to Villard. One touch up through to Beckett. Forehand shot misses on the gloved hand side. Scoville shovels it forward. Potential odd man break here for the Bulldogs. Calmly sticked into the corner by Tresick. Now Smolinski, one of the newcomers this season for the Saints. She's shown some good stick handling ability, although she's a defender. Coming in the other way is Stitt. Goes to the blocker side, and Tresick just says no. Tresick looking unbothered by some of these shots as well. Just putting the blocker or the glove or the pad out there and going about her business. Morris down to the circle. Saints cleared up the zone, not out. Scoville with another long shot and another blocker save off the waffle board. 16:30 to go here in the second. Scoville holds the zone but turns it over. Struther comes out with speed and then calmly backhands it in. Hansen goes off on a line change, as does Smolinski. Two new defenders out there for the Saints. Robinson put one too strong up the middle for Gregory. Fallardu puts it right back in for the Saints. Delayed offside. They finally touched up. Morris up the middle. Gregory wasn't expecting it. Gillen's just barely got it around the linesman. Gregory comes in on her strong wing. Almost too many players there for Adrian, and I think they're going to get him.
Yep. Wasn't quite onto the bench yet. Bethman, the referee, is right there as he has 6 fingers up. And the Saints are going to go on a power play once again.
Yeah, those are those penalties as a team you just never want to take because, you know, I understand some penalties. Like we saw one early in the first period where Toole ended up having a wide open net. Adrian takes the penalty. Those are the penalties that you want to take. It stops the goal. That one is just an unforced error. Like you just don't. It just doesn't need to happen. A little miscommunication. You're already down 1. You don't want to give Maryville any more opportunities than you want them to have.
Ava Sachel is in the sin bin, serving the too many players on the ice penalty. Villard goes straightaway point to Gerwitz. Threading it on through to Beckett in the far corner. Off the wall. Gerwitz walks the line. Sutton near point. Down low. Villard. Back to Gerwitz. Beckett with space. Slap shot. Glove save. 90 seconds left in the power play.
Saints are doing a good job at working the puck around the zone here on the power play. We saw right off the faceoff, then move it to the near side, trying to go back against the grain. It was a good stick by the Adrian defender. Otherwise, I think that would have been in the back of the net.
Gerwitz thought about stepping into that one. Instead, dishes off. Villard skates her way back. Sutton quickly to Gerwitz. Sutton again. Slapper coming through, looking for the deflection, but O'Leary was pretty well tied up. Saints climbing their way into the shot totals. They've got 13 altogether, which gives them 7 in the first 5 minutes and change, and they only had 6 coming in. Villard to Sutton. Gerwitz. Wrister. That got through as O'Leary got the deflection as well, but Jesse Gorelli made the save. Sutton takes the hot pass down to Villard. Dusts it off a couple times. Gerwitz has space, and a blocker save made on the long shot. Villard takes the return feed from Gerwitz. Villard going high towards the blocker side, and it went over the goal. Beckett sidesteps the pressure. From the hash marks, pushes it down low. Villard punches it back over to the far corner. And the Saints are going to be 4-on-4 for 36 seconds, and then Adrian will have another power play. Hooking will be the call. Still waiting to see who's going to go in. I believe it's going to be, well, we'll just wait.
Beckett again, huh?
That's what I was going to say, but they still had the bench open too.
Right.
So
it's the second one for her tonight. 2 penalties and a goal. She's all over the stat sheet.
It's on there twice for something she'd probably rather not be, but Saints still have the lead. Scoville's shot was kind of shoveled away by Tresick. It was bouncing towards the near post. Here comes Windross. She goes 1-on-2. Still in control of the puck. It's looking for Ross, but then the pass towards the high slot went to the opposite team. Wiltshire to Morris.
Ooh, it was
and
loose. Quick whistle.
Fortunate whistle from the Maryville perspective, as Tresick did not have control of that. But the referee was coming in from the far side. It didn't give him a good angle on the look.
It's Beth when we expect it. Taking one out of your book there, Todd.
See, when you're the analyst, it's easier to chirp at him a little bit.
Right.
Scoville's shot goes off the toe of Gillings. Hard pass around towards the far corner. Saints lofted out into the neutral zone. Fresh out of the penalty box. Sachel ran into Gillings. No contact.
And
1:15 to go in the now power play.
That door was open, too. That could have been dangerous.
Morris flops one towards the blue line. Stitt did get it across.
There you go.
You try to say that.
It sounded like you were rapping for a second.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
Oh, we almost did.
Todd was right. When you do play-by-play, you feel like you got to be a little bit more professional, but the chirps can fly when you're the color analyst.
Good save by Tresick on the shot from the dot. 42 seconds left in the Beckett penalty. 13:01 to go here in the second period. Saints still holding on to a 1-0 lead.
So I'll let you guys do the play-by-play. I'll let you remain professional, and I'll just hang out with you guys, you know?
Didn't you have to do play-by-play for a national game?
For nationals, I did, yeah. It was fun. I had a good time. Quite a few games, actually.
Because your partner demanded that you trade.
Yeah.
One game on, one game off.
I said, okay, sure, why not?
25 seconds left in the Saints penalty. Kosminski tossed it over the blue line. Saints defender Putnam and the linesman both slowed that up. Now Tresick just violently pokes that one away. Some players tied up along the goal line. Faking the shot is Nickel. Nickel drops it. Haggard has it. Pops it back out in front. Fluttering puck towards the far post. Everybody still chopping at it. And finally Tresick will cover.
Those are dangerous. You never know where the puck's going to end up.
$12:09 to go here in the second period. I was initially a little bit worried about Hannah Tresick. She was kind of flailing her legs around, but it was
she was dancing
more,
with the
yeah.
In Mr. Brightside, everybody likes that
Right.
song.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few people that don't, but
We don't talk about them.
No, we don't.
They make it known on the airwaves, though.
They certainly do.
Here come the Saints, 2-on-2. Beckett muscling the defender. And then she put it right into the skates of Villard. Back the other way, Stitt was looking for Wiltshire. Smolinski tracks it down with her long reach for the Saints. That could spring a 3-on-2 if the Saints hurry. Now the numbers back defensively for Adrian. Backdoor play wasn't quite there for Villard. Sutton played it up the Dashers. Hansen had it knocked away. Potential breakaway here. Reyes slows it up. Was looking for Stitt. And Sutton picks up the loose puck instead.
Numbers.
3-on-2 here. Hansen's shot was blocked. Getting in front of that one was Brenna Ward. Hansen couldn't get her stick out of the body of Robinson. Robinson, she had a couple players in the middle, but split the options. Deflection from the middle goes over the goal. A little bit more dangerous here the last couple. Pushes into the offensive zone. Oh, here in the middle frame. Saints looking to get a win here in their first game of the season. They'll play again against this same Bulldogs team with a 1 p.m. puck drop tomorrow afternoon. Time she spins around a third time. Toole pops it back towards Windross. It's played off. It's played off the window. It's played off the window. That puck just kept on bouncing. Mika Hansen. Mika Hansen do too much with it. Windross trying to get it out of the snow right in front of the Maryville bench. Saints doing a partial line change here. 8 minutes left to go in the second. They dig in along the boards. Saints pop one towards the hash marks. Nothing doing there. Govo retreats behind her own goal. Finds a little bit of space after she did a stop-start move. Braun was looking into the zone for Struther. Smolinski ends up with it at the red line. Feathers one over towards the far boards. Scoville tried to reverse, but found the skates of Bjornsson. Lofted pass back out towards center. It flutters on Fallardew. She gives it up along the boards. Gerwitz comes over to help out. Braun looks up, going to take it herself. Flops one towards goal and heads off on a change. Forced to stop by the goaltender. Don't think that one will count as a shot, as it was likely heading wide. Fallardew popped it back up towards the blue line. It fluttered on Nickel. Kuzminski coming over to help as Ross tosses it around for the Saints. Gillings tried to sweep it back the other direction. Instead, the Bulldogs have it. On the back check, Putnam lifted the stick, regains possession. Gillings right in front of her own bench. They hack and whack at it right at the Maryville line. Back out towards center ice, Kuzminski doing battle with her numerical counterpart in Haley Putnam. Karunikar chases it down in behind her own net, slams on the brakes. Soft pass back towards Putnam. Bulldogs hold the zone. Too strong, though, for Haggard. Saints send it high off the window. Jillings has it hit off of her pants and settled right down for her. Maryville going to change it up here with 5:52 left to go in the second.
Some nonstop action here.
Haven't had a whistle in a couple minutes for sure. Wiltshire tried to play it off the short side. Tresick saw it coming and sticking it away. Flop pass, and now here's a breakaway opportunity. Beckett coming in 2-on-1. Tried the centering pass. Villard the shot, rebound. Oh, baby, what a save. Jesse Garelli keeping it out and keeping it 1-0.
Wow. The initial save and the rebound back to back. What a stretch save with that right pad. Woo-hoo-hoo. Boy.
That's something that we've become accustomed to seeing, opposing goaltenders standing up and standing on their head for their team. Jesse Garelli coming up with a potential game-saving save there to keep her team only down by 1. Potential icing here, and they
from Maryville.
Saints doing just about everything that they can to double up this lead. Got 10 shots on goal here in this period alone. Beckett bumped off the puck from kind of an awkward angle. She kind of turned around, looked towards the referee, but no call to be had. Out of the reach of Fallardew. Bulldogs will get to it, and the Saints take it right back. Emma Gerwitz floats one up the wall. Here's Beckett. Sutton cutting through on the left wing. Beckett goes back to the right wing. Dropped it off. Villard's shot was deflected a little bit. Gerwitz steps up, gets a piece of the puck, puts it back in some skates. Villard drops it. Gerwitz dusts it off around one player and then shoots through a maze of legs. Bulldogs send it up. That one would have been high sticking, but the Saints were not the next team to touch it.
I'm surprised she did end up touching that puck inside her own zone.
Robinson perhaps not completely aware. Fresh off the bench, O'Leary almost got through that traffic. Would have had a good shooting lane if she had. Gerwitz messes things up for Robinson, who thought she had a lane towards goal. Poked away from Turnbull as she heads to the ice. Up, kept alive by Sachel, at least for now. Toole back out towards center. Saints with open ice in front. Here's Toole. Slap shot, blocker save. That one almost goaltender by surprise as it came through a little bit of traffic. 3:25 to go here in the second. Bulldogs just trying to get it out. Saints once again almost catch them with fresh players on the ice. Bjornsson and Putnam both hold the zone. Far side, Karunakar does the same. Struther slaps it around. Struther couldn't find the puck. Putnam steps up from the blue line. Young trying to chip it out. Here's Struther instead. She takes it over to the far circle, shoots high of the goal. She's trying to go high to the glove side. Got a little too much underneath it. Haggard off the window. Too strong for Kuzminski. Up the right-hand side. Struther will toss it around to go off for the change. Young looks up ice for the Bulldogs. Stitt had it knocked away. Hansen plays it off the wall. Maryville's got to be close. They're careful to too many players on the ice themselves. And now they'd have to worry about somebody being hurt over there as they... Who was that, Harris? That tried to jump over the boards and ended up going face first into the bench.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
I think she's all right, but that can't have felt too good.
What a fluke play, you know.
Stitt looking up ice. Found some legs instead. from the outside hash marks through the middle. Bulldogs trying to build something. They're still looking for a tying goal. Wiltshire from the circle. Pad save, and it was knocked back out in front. Tresick stops a second one. Somebody's without a stick for the Bulldogs, so I believe the Saints are going to be shorthanded, and it's going to be Beckett again.
Wow, that's a hat trick for Beckett.
She's looking up to the heavens. She can't believe it, but anytime your opponent doesn't have a stick, most of the time the officials are going to call something. Saints fans don't like it, but Adrian will be on the power play for the third time this evening. .123 left in the period. Saints fans hoping that their team will remain shorthanded for that full amount of time. Good clearance here by the Saints. Coming in on the forward check was Struther. Bulldogs get around it with the pass into the skates of Turnbull. Fallardou sends it right back in. Final minute of play here in the second period. Bulldogs try to go wing to wing. Turnbull gets around Fallardou. Now she's got Haggard in the middle. She went to the blocker side shot instead. Bulldogs do hold the zone. 38 seconds remain in the period. Morris trying to make herself available. Haggard goes all the way around. Takes a shot. That's blocked. One-timer from the left circle. Deflected on the way through, and it ends up out of play. So the Bulldogs, as they have done all game long, they go several minutes without too much going on in the offensive zone, but once they get in there, they seem to get 4 and 5 shots at a time. 25.4 seconds left in the period. 1:02 left in the power play. Bulldogs do hold it in dangerously at the blue line. Saints will find the loose puck, and they'll send it all the way down. 15 seconds left. And Jesse Gorelli is forced to cover it up. And Villard getting a little bit of a body bump there. Bulldogs thought that she came too close. That's become a hallmark of this Maryville program on both the men's and women's side, is to have a little bit of testiness. Around the boards, Wiltshire tried to float one towards that far side. Easily handled by Tresick, and that will do it. 40 minutes in the books, 20 minutes left in regulation. There will be 37 seconds left on the power play for the Bulldogs to open up the third period, but right now the Saints holding on to that 1-goal lead. We'll take a break. Keep it right here on the Maryville Saints Hockey Network. Saints up by 1.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive generate and create and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior, And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always things to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
college hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. More than just another sweater you pull on. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. Hundreds of elite players and coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate Hockey Association. More than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks for being a part of the USA Hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed to fostering a welcoming environment for all by building a diverse, equitable, and inclusive game. Hockey is played in thousands of communities across our entire country. Please join me in keeping the momentum going by inviting at least one new person to get involved with hockey this year. It doesn't matter if it's someone who wants to play, coach, officiate, volunteer, or just be a fan. We're excited about sharing the joy our sport brings with as many people as possible. I would also like to offer a friendly reminder to make sure that respect is top of mind every time you enter the rink or take to the ice for a game or practice this season. That includes making sure that we never use hateful or discriminatory language, as it has absolutely no place in our game or in our society. It's on all of us to make sure that we respect the game, including playing within the rules, treating officials with respect, giving our best, and being a good teammate. In the end, hockey is about fun, so let's make sure we never lose sight of that. Here's to a great season ahead, one filled with friendship, respect, success, and most of all, plenty of smiles.
Welcome to Maryville University.
Welcome to Saints Nation.
Home of the Big Red M.
So what does it mean to be a Maryville Saint?
It's more than just going to classes.
As Saints, we are passionate about what we believe in.
We are open-minded and curious about other points of view.
And we know this about life at Maryville.
Your best experiences will happen when you get involved.
Make sure to get involved on campus.
We work hard.
But we have a lot of fun too.
We have a passion to see each other succeed.
You might have a few hiccups along the way.
Or maybe something more serious.
When we run into adversity,
We have faculty and staff here to provide support.
We stand with our fellow Saints through the good times.
And the difficult times.
So be sure to seek out help when you need it.
we know that here at Maryville,
We are never alone.
The spirit of Maryville flows through each person that steps foot on our campus.
Being a Saint is that feeling that Maryville University is your community.
That even when you're far away from home,
You are home.
We're on this journey together.
We are Maryville University.
One team, one family.
It's time for the Maryville Saints Intermission Report. Let's get ready for the third period.
There comes a time where it's going to get harder and more difficult, but to never lose that focus of enjoying the game is so important. Leon Draisaitl from Cologne, Germany, Edmonton Oilers. For me, it started early. My dad played, so it ran in the family a little bit, and always wanted to play in the NHL. I'm an offensive guy that likes to generate and create chances and take big pride in the defensive side of things as well. I've got nothing but great things to say about Warrior, and a huge fan of the consistency year after year. For me personally, bring out the best product, and it's so simple and easy to work with Warrior. And on top of that, the service is incredible. Always things to learn, always things to grow, always the parts of the game to get better at, but all in all, you have to be a Warrior.
College hockey. It's more than just what school you play for. It's about focus, determination, strategy, and poise. It's more than just packed rinks and screaming fans. It's about heart, skill, and passion. In nearly 30 years of the ACHA, we don't just play the game of hockey. We are the game of hockey. And coaches from some of the United States and Canada's most prestigious programs. The American Collegiate, more than just a game.
Hello everyone, I hope you've had a great summer. As the school year gets started across the country, we're excited to also welcome you back to another great season of hockey. Thanks to the hockey family. I want you to know that our volunteers and our staff work every single day as hard as they can to make sure hockey is the best sports experience in every community in our country. Within USA Hockey, you're part of an organization that's a world leader in development, safety, fun, and success, and one that is committed.
Back to the Maryville University Hockey Center, Todd Padula alongside Andrew Marsh and Chuck Kraus. Well, the score after one is the score after two. Haley Beckett's power play goal back in the first, still the difference maker in this contest. Maryville did a pretty good job of getting themselves on the board in terms of shots there in the second, with 12 to give them a total of 18 for the game. But right now they still have to kill off 37 seconds of the third Haley Beckett penalty of the contest as well. Adrian still looking for their first goal, potentially getting it on the power play would definitely change the complexion of